Greetings, Kiss Nation. It's been a while since I've done a video, for obvious reasons, but I felt like I should get a video made because, for me, school starts out pretty soon, so I figured I should get a video made. And this video is going to be a bit of a cool video. I'm going to be showcasing a bit of my Kiss collection. Normally, we would showcase a lot more of my Kiss collection, but for this case I'm just showing off the 8-tracks, cassettes, and some other new add-ons in that aspect of the collection, like some DVDs, some CDs, ones that I've gotten throughout like the start of this year, a little bit of last year, ones that I wanted to showcase in a video but didn't get some free time or enough time around to make a video showcasing these new additions. So for starters, let's focus on the 8-tracks. First up, we've got Double Platinum. This is one of the copies I have of Double Platinum. This is probably the better one that I like using whenever I do put it in the player, because it's got the Casablanca sleeve. It's got that platinum coloring in the sleeve. It's pretty cool. And it's got this cardboard thing that has what songs are in each volume. It's pretty cool. And volume 1 is black, volume 2 is white. So that's pretty cool. And this was actually a new and sealed copy. Got pretty lucky on that one. Next up, we got Paul Stanley's 7/8 solo album, also in a Casablanca sleeve. This one is used. This is actually my second copy of Paul Stanley's 7/8 solo album. My original copy, when I started getting these in 2020, was DOA'd, Dead on Arrival, and that was that was a pretty bummer. So I got this later that year, and this is in much better shape. Played it, and it was played all the way through. Sounds great on my standard Pioneer player than it did on the Panasonic portable player. Much better off with the Pioneer player. But yeah, this sounds much better than that. Then we have Love Gun. Now I had two copies of not two copies. I had 3 copies of Love Gun, all brand new and sealed, and 2 of them shit out on me, and I was pissed about that. And this is I'm lucky. I got the one that didn't shit out on me in my hand. Yeah, and the orderings of 8-tracks are pretty iffy, which is kind of why I like 8-tracks, because you get a different order of Kiss songs from the same album. So Love Gun's order is I Saw Your Love, Christine 16, Got Love for Sale, which is correct. Then we got Shock Me, Almost Human, Tomorrow and Tonight, Hooligan, Plaster Caster, And She Kissed Me. That's not a bad jumbled order for considering Love Gun. I would say the Canadian one, which is the one I really want to get my hands on an 8-track, the one that's in brand new sealed copy, the Panasonic player ate that up for dinner, which pissed me off. So, but there is a story coming up about the Canadian Love Gun out version later on in this collection video. But this is a good copy of Love Gun, which, I'm happy to have one working on 8-track, just took me 3 tries to get one. Then we're coming up to Rock and Roll Over. There is a story behind, another copy of Rock and Roll Over that, again, took me about like 3 or 4 tries, but more on that later when I actually show it off. But this one, for like, in terms of like club orders, this is RCA music service, and the one I originally ordered was Columbia House, and that one, it was another DOA'd one. So luckily the RCA one was brand new and sealed. I played it maybe like a few times, and the track listing is pretty straightforward. It's not the worst jumbling. It's I Want You, Take Me, Ladies Room, Calling Dr. Love, Baby Driver, Mr. Speed, Hard Luck Woman, Love Him and Leave Him, See You in Your Dreams and Making Love. Not a bad ordering of the songs on 8-track. Take a look at the tape. Looks pretty cool. Then we get into Dressed to Kill. This one was a custom-made tape of Dressed to Kill that someone did on eBay. That user is gone, which is sad. But while the seller was around, I got 2 of those custom tapes on 8-track. He did this one, which come on, there you go. Which is like, he took like one of the alternate photo shoots from the Dressed to Kill photo shoot sessions, and the ordering for this one is Room Service, 2-timer, Rock Bottom, Ladies in Waiting, Getaway, Come On and Love Me, Anything for My Baby, She, Love Her All I Can, Rock Her All Night. That's a nice switch around of the order. I like that one. And honestly, I do like the picture that this guy used for the tape. It's pretty cool. And again, came with a Casablanca sleeve. Excuse me. And now getting into something that's a bit hard to find on 8-track is the originals. This is volume 2 of the originals. And the only volume that still runs on 8-track, because volume 1 blew up on me. And what volume 2 has is Parasite, 2-timer, Rock Bottom, Anything for My Baby, Let Me Go Rock and Roll, Mainline, Strange Ways, Room Service, Go On Blind, All the Way, Ladies in Waiting, Come On and Love Me, Getaway, Love Her All I Can, and Rock and Roll All Night. And here's what it looks like. I believe I still have volume 1 here, so that I can show you, but we'll get to that pretty soon. Right now, we got Alive 2. This was actually the first 8-track that I purchased to get things going, and when I bought this, I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of it because I didn't know what a used 8-track would sound like, and honestly, they sounded pretty good. I haven't played Alive 2 all the way completely, but I actually want to get like another copy of Alive 2 on 8-track because this one is pretty much running out of gas, and I want to make sure I have like a backup. Alright, here we got one that does not come with a Casablanca sleeve, and that is Gene Simmons' 70th solo album. And the ordering for this one is Radioactive, Burning Up a Fever, Man of a Thousand Faces, Mr. Make Believe, Living in Sin, See You Tonight, Tunnel of Love, True Confessions, Always Near You, Nowhere to Hide, See You in Your Dreams, that version is shit. But if you like it, that's cool. I just find his redone version for the solo album to be crap. And When You Wish Upon a Star, which is also shit. But yeah, Gene's solo album, I find it to be, okay. I mean, I don't find it to be like terrible, but it's, it's pretty cool. I like it. He has some pretty good songs here, like Radioactive, Made a Thousand Faces, See You Tonight, Tunnel of Love. I mean, Mr. Make Believe, Living in Sin. That's cool. That's cool. And then we get Hotter Than Hell, which is one that I don't play a whole lot on a track. Doesn't even want to come out. Okay, fine, be that way. Alright, but anyways, the order of the listing is Got to Choose, Strange Ways. That's cool. Going Blind, Hotter Than Hell, Let Me Go Rock and Roll, Parasite, All the Way, Watching You, Mainline, and Coming Home. That's an interesting order. I like that. I like that Strange Ways is song number 2. And Coming Home closes it, which I could be mistaken, but doesn't Strange Ways close it on the CD? I mean, I always thought, Strange Ways closed it on the CD. That's how I always remembered it. But anyways, yeah, like for this, like this cover looks pretty cool on a 8-track tape. Anyways, on to more 78 soul albums with Ace Frehley's. This one on the Panasonic Portable Player, it did not sound its best. It sounded used. It sounded used. It sounded like it was on its way out. But when I put it in the Pioneer machine, it sounded actually better than it did on the Panasonic. So it sounded like that the Panasonic machine did not treat the tapes the best. So I'm glad I made the decision to get a actual real machine and didn't ditch the portable machine. So that was good on me. So anyways, the listing here is Rip It Out, New York Groove, What's on Your Mind, Speeding Back to My Baby, Snowblind, Ozone, I'm in Need of Love, that's a really good song, Wiped Out, and Fractured Mirror. Alright, I find this to be like one of the better solo albums out of the ones I just pulled out. Along with Paul's and Ace's, I would say those are like the more Kiss-like out of the 4. And we have Dynasty. This is my first copy of Dynasty. I have like another one that got brand new and sealed, because I was trying to get like a backup one for this one. Because if you look right here, this tape is about ready to die. If you look at that warped thing right there. So I didn't want to take any chances because I wanted to make a recording out of Dynasty, which I did. It's on my BitChute channel. And I didn't really want to do it with this one because I didn't want it to crap out during the recording. So anyways, the listing for this one is a bit more jumbled than normal. 2000 Man, Magic Touch, Dirty Livin', Hard Times, Save Your Love, Charisma, X-Ray Eyes, I Prefer Loving You, Towards the End, that's pretty interesting, and Sure Know Something. I've always kind of liked the 8-track for Dynasty because they saved I Prefer Loving You towards the end of the album. Compared to the CD, they put it at the intro song, which I kind of find interesting. Like, they wanted you to hear the hit at the beginning of the album, But on here, they save the hit towards the end. It's almost dead last. Kind of like that. And here's my second copy of Love Gun, which really no point in talking about it because this is dead. If you look at it, dead by the Panasonic. But there's something really interesting to talk about because like the ordering makes absolutely no fucking sense to me. It's I Sure Your Love Gun, Almost Human, which makes sense. Then it does Christine 16, Hooligan, Reg Kiss Me. Okay. Then we go into Program 3, God Love for Sale, Plaster Caster. Okay. Then it's Christine 16, Reprised Part 1. Which I don't understand that. It's like then we do Program 4, Christine 16 Reprised Part 2. It's like, could this one not fit the whole song in? You had to split the song into like 3 separate halves? That one was like the most bizarre one to me. Like everything else sounded okay until they did Christine 16. I was like, okay. But, no matter, because apparently, as bizarre as that order sounded, it apparently was too bizarre because it died. That's gonna fall. Well, and here is the Originals Volume 1, which once again, this one is also dead, which is kind of a shame. However, I do believe I'm the one responsible for this one because I played a lot out of Volume 1, so this is kind of my fault. But I do plan to get a replacement for this one, so So the listing for Volume 1 is Strutter, Let Me Know, Hotter Than Hell, Coming Home, Nothing to Lose, Firehouse, Deuce, Lefty from Kiss, 100,000 Years, Black Diamond, Watching You, Cold Gin, Kissin' Time, and Got to Choose. Not bad. And we got this copy of Rock and Roll Over, the Canadian release of Rock and Roll Over on 8-track, and this is the one that I had my mind set on getting when I heard about this one, because this one, in my opinion, had like the better order in terms of song listing with the album. And this one extended a few songs, and unlike a lot of 8-tracks when it comes to Kiss, it did not split up the songs from one program to the other, which I found that interesting. Probably why this one had to extend some songs. So the song order is this: I Want You, Ladies Room, Mr. Speed. Mr. Speed does not have the guitar solo. It just cuts right into Paul Stanley saying, gets right into the drum half, and Paul Stanley saying, I don't care, which is pretty interesting. Then we do Calling Dr. Love. That one gets the guitar solo twice, which I found that to be interesting. Then Baby Driver, Take Me, See You in Your Dreams, Love Him and Leave Him. Love Him and Leave Him also got extended, which is pretty interesting. And Harlech Woman, which in my opinion is a much better closer than Making Love. I think Harlech Woman closes the album better, and it's cool. And this one took me about like 3 or 4 times to find a decent copy that would not be eaten alive. So yeah. And this one is also on my BitChute channel if you want to listen to this one. And another one that I had to look for a hard one to find is this one, Music from the Elder. This one is a rare one on 8-track, because 8-tracks were fading out at this time. And the 8-track is tan, and the order is jumbled big time on this one. We got the Oath, because around the original versions of the Elder, this song was the first song you would hear when you put it in like the CD or cassette, because that's how it went. Then Fanfare, which I could give two shits about Fanfare. Then Just a Boy, Dark Light, which I was impressed to hear Dark Light this early. Only You, Under the Rose, A World Without Heroes, Mr. Blackwell, Escape from the Island, Odyssey, and I. And having heard this one, I can hear this 8-track, I can safely say that they do have that last minute speaking half on this 8-track. Which, threw me off. I kind of thought they were not going to have enough room for that part, but yes, they do. Alright. That's all the 8-tracks in this container. I have more 8-tracks in another container, but we'll get to those later on in the video. Now it's time to get on to cassettes. Alright, starting with this one. Excuse me again, sorry guys. This one is a new addition to the collection. This is new and sealed. Won't be for long, but this is a 1997 remastered of Kiss Alive 2. I'm actually kind of curious, so what I'm actually going to be doing live on camera is Alright, so here it is. Seal's been broken, and now I'm actually curious to see, what the 1997 remasters of Alive 2 will have. I'm not expecting a whole lot. This is cool. They've actually managed to, this is cool. This is cool. There is no tattoos, which I saw that one coming, but what they did was they managed to shrink down the evolution of Kiss thing like you get on the record or the CD. So that's cool. I like that. Alright, now the question is, how do I get this J card back to normal? Oh, fuck it, do it later. Just gotta get it out of the way. Yeah, I'll work on this later. Put them like. Okay, for right now, focus on this. And what I have in here is some other tapes. Right now we got another new addition to the collection, but I got like around, what was it, like, it was like last year. And this is another Rock and Roll Over tape. It's an Australian version of Rock and Roll Over, and much like the Canadian A-track, this Rock and Roll Over cassette has a mixed-up order also, which I didn't know that the Australian cassette would also have a jumble order. But the order is I Want You, Take Me, Conduct of Love, which, okay, sounds normal at first, but then Baby Driver, Making Love, Ladies Room, Mr. Speed, I skipped the song, Ladies Room, Love 'Em and Leave 'Em, that's better, Mr. Speed, Seeing Your Dreams, and Her Luck Woman. Apparently, the Australian crowd loves Her Luck Woman being the finisher also. And I actually kind of love this this thing for Rock and Roll Over, the yellow right here and the cover art right here. That's pretty cool. And here is the tape. Yellow right here and white, yellow and white right there. Pretty cool. Haven't played it yet, but when I do, I'll put it on my BitChute channel because that's where all my cassette and 8-track rips go. And another new addition to the collection is this, the Canadian Love Gun cassette. Now, if you remember the box sets that I make videos on, I did a video on the Love Gun Can-Am Tour box set. And I was talking about, all the different cassettes that box set was showcasing, and it was showcasing this one. And there was a seller on Discogs, I told you, that was selling this one, but it was not selling to the United States. So, because I was, really wanted to get a hold of this one because I liked this order of the album so much, I got in contact with the seller. And so, hoping that we could, work something out, luck went my way, and wham, I wound up with this, and this. He gave me the Alive 2 cassette. So like, that's a really good score. I was hoping to just get the Love Gun cassette, but I wound up getting Alive 2 also out of the deal. Nice. So anyways, this cassette of Love Gun was the reason I liked it so much is because it had like a really far out order compared to the CD, and it is I Saw Your Love, Christian 16, Tomorrow and Tonight, Got Love for Sale, Hooligan, Almost Human, Vengeance to Kiss Me, Shock Me, Love Gun, and Plaster Caster. And this is also on my BitChute channel if you want to, hear it for yourselves. And interesting thing about the Alive 2 Canadian cassette is it's all on, you gotta be careful because these are kind of broke, the cases are kind of broken. It's all on one. Now, unlike the remastered one where it was, where it was chrome and it had the Kiss logo on the tape, this one does not get that kind of treatment. This is probably about the most like bland, generic cassette I've seen, but I guess that's how they looked at the time. But it is Casablanca official. But it's really bland and generic, so oh well. Another new addition I just got a couple days ago is this. This is actually a bootleg. This is Kiss Alive 3.5. For anyone who's been around my channel since the 1100 days will know that me and Alive 3.5 have some history. In fact, on my 1100 channel, I actually reviewed Alive 3.5. So for anyone who hasn't followed me since then, I'll give you a little bit of a brief notice on Alive 3.5. This is a soundboard from Tokyo 1995, and with me and Alive 3.5, it goes far back to like I discovered this while I was getting into Kiss. It's like I saw on YouTube videos of Kiss Alive 3.5 of like the Alive 3 logo and 1.5 spray painted on it, so I kind of thought, what the hell is this? It's Kiss, but it's really in a really odd video way. Like Kiss would never have something like with numbers spray painted on something like this. So it's like, this is a really odd thing, but it's cool. So like, what is this? Then I discovered this cover, which looked more official than that, oddly enough, bootleg thing. Apparently this was also a bootleg, so like, okay, this is what I heard on YouTube, but it has a much better cover. This is actually pretty cool. So, but yeah, this is kind of where I got introduced to like songs like Shout It Out Loud, Parasite, Making Love, Tears Are Falling, Firehouse, She, Black Diamond, God Gave Rock and Roll to You. On here it's called Gad Gave Rock and Roll to You, which is like, okay. Came Out of 10 Words is kind of where I heard it for the first time. Shout It Out Loud is where I heard it for the first time. Making Love was half and half. I knew the song existed because of Alive 2, but never actually sat down and listened to it until I got this. Tears Are Falling, this is where I heard it for the first time, because it was like, what the hell is this? It's like, Tears Are Falling, what kind of song name is this? Then I heard it, was like, this kicks fucking ass. And it was like, Watching You, I knew that song existed because of Alive 3. And I was like, Black Diamond, I never heard that song before until, I heard it and I was like, okay, this is cool. And obviously you're not going to get anything special. This one is pretty much like as bland of a tape as you can come by. Then we get into tapes I've shown in previous collection videos. We got like Crazy Nights, which is a pretty good album for the 80s. We got some songs that are, we got the total 80s feel to it, like Bang Bang You, that's got like the total 80s feel to it, or Reason to Live, that's got the 80s feel to it right there. But I like this album. There's some good Gene songs on here, like Hell or High Water, Thief from the Night, Good Girl Gone Bad. Those are some good Gene songs from the 80s, especially on this album. Then we got more Kiss from the 80s. We got Smashes, Fashions, and Hits, which was the first Kiss CD I bought with my own money. Back then I got it for one reason only, to hear Dr. Love, because it was, it sounded different, and I wanted to hear that song no matter what. And in other ways, I kind of thought it was cool that they did it differently. But now, hearing it for over the years, I like the two new songs they did. X and Sex, Make 'Em Rock Hard. Those are damn good songs. I like the Love Gun remix. The I Love the Love remix sounds like shit. You know, it's like what? Why did they make Eric Carr's powerful drum sounding sound like that? It's like that's awful. Beth for Eric Carr was pretty interesting. Um, this was kind of where I first heard Beth for the first time was with Eric Carr. And yes, Tears Are Falling is on this album, but I never heard it on this album until I, well, once again, heard it from a Life 3.5, went back to this, and was like, oh, this is actually not that bad. I ran on to one that's a bit of an odd one that I found on cassette. I showed it here before, but like it's still to this day it's still weird that it exists on cassette. And that would be this Kiss Symphony. I was so like, what the fuck? This exists on cassette, and I'm like, this is so good. This is a very unique thing to own on cassette because I thought like cassettes were dead by the time they put this out, but apparently not. But yeah, it's this is cool. I mean, this is a very unique thing to own on cassette. This is kind of interesting. And another thing that's kind of unique, that's Kiss related, is this Kiss Forever Band Carnival of Songs. This was on my wish list to get a hold of for like years and years and years and years when I was like going back to me being a teenager when I first discovered Kiss tribute bands. And these were one of the guys that I knew put out albums but could never get a hold of them. Even when they were on eBay, they just, you know, they always went super fast. But when I found out they were on Discogs, I got this one, and I got the third one, the first go around. Second go around, I got the second one, and now I have them all. And there's another Kiss Forever Band thing in this video that was pretty impressive for me to get a hold of. It just took longer than getting the albums. And we got Gene's 70 Soul album. This is just a basic cassette, but it doesn't include anything fancy. No poster, no nothing. Just a white cassette. We do also have the Priceless Collection version of Dynasty, and I'm happy to see that Rick got a copy of the Priceless Collection of Dynasty also. So we can see the fun of, you know, Dynasty in a different order. Also cool. Because I've been talking to him about, you know, how cool the Priceless Collection of Dynasty is, and how Dynasty is all. It's cool to hear a Kiss album in a different way, even though we know the albums by heart from like the CD. But when it's been jumbled up by someone else, like, you know, by like the record label, it's cool. And the Priceless Collection of Dynasty is mixed up with side 1 is Charisma, Magic Touch, Hard Times, Extra Eyes, and Save Your Love. Then side 2 is Bless Me for Loving You, 2000 Man, Trying to Something, Dirty Living. Once again, waiting to flip it to see you hear the hit. I like that. And before we get out of the cassettes, we got one more 80s Kiss album on cassette, and that's Asylum. Probably one of my favorite 80s Kiss albums after Animalize. It's pretty cool. I'll figure that J card out later. But now we got the final piece of 8 tracks to go. Alright, we got another one that's kind of hard to find in this condition, brand new condition that we got is Unmasked. And Unmasked is, if you go on eBay and look up Kiss 8 tracks, you'll find copies of Unmasked all over the place, but you won't find it like in brand new and sealed. You'll find them used. So I got lucky and got mine sealed. But the order for Unmasked on 8 track is mixed up. Yeah, that's what you gotta expect. So we got Is That You, Torpedo Girl, Talk to Me, Naked City, or Makes Your World Go Round, which is a song I can't really get into, except on Unmasked. When I talked about about Undressed Kiss to Read album, they kind of made it worth getting into. Kiss, on the other hand, no. We got Shandy, Tomorrow, Two Eyes of a Coin, She's So European, Easy As It Seems, and You're All That I Want. At least we got the ending song correct. And much like The Elder, Unmasked also is tan. And we got Kiss Alive, which this is the other 8 track I got from this seller on eBay, which no longer is around. That makes custom cover and stuff like that. Personally, I like this this cover. It looks pretty cool. I think this was also during the photo shoot. There's also like a poster that this picture exists on that looks pretty cool. And also, it sounds way better on the Pioneer than it did on the Panasonic one, so just putting that out there. And once again, we got Double Platinum. This is like my original copy of Double Platinum that I bought. This was also sealed, which is why it has like these things on the top of them. So that's pretty cool. Here is Destroyed, which is an RCA Music Service version also. This one, I was afraid of this one actually playing because it was like a little bit of a worse for wear, but it plays pretty fine. I haven't played it in a while, but I have no feeling that it won't play that well. And here's another rarity on 8-track is Animalize. This is like the last Kiss 8-track that was ever made ever. And what's interesting, and I kind of find it odd, is what's cool in a way to see the Mercury label on a Kiss 8-track. Gone is Casablanca, and In Comes Mercury. And it's super weird but cool to see a Mercury label on a Kiss 8-track. And these are the hardest ones to get a hold of. That and Creatures, which and this is a solo album that I am not the biggest fan of, even when I had to re-review it, is Peter Criss' 78 solo album. Even though I do like it more than when I did it when I was a teenager, that one I was like fresh off of listening to it, and I did not give it a single chance. Because I was super mad at that album when I was a teenager. I gave it a 1 out of 10. Here, like when I listened to it, I gave it okay, I'll give it more out of it when I was 17. I gave it about a 3. I gave it a 3 out of 10. I was like, because like it's still not that good. But I know a lot of fans who love Peter love the album. I know John B. Good loves this album. It's his favorite out of the solo albums. But you know, for me, there's some good ones that I'll go back and listen to it. But as a whole, no, it's not a good album in my opinion. I do love Hooked on Rock and Roll. I do love You Matter to Me. Tossin' and Turnin' is okay. Don't You Let Me Down is also a good one. And other than that, like, I'm Gonna Love You is also an okay song. Whatever than that is like, that's okay. But like, it's whatever. And here we have Kiss's first album, which is another RCA thing. I kind of like the yellow label they chose for. This is pretty cool. The listing is Strutter, Firehouse, Cold Gin, Let Me Know, Kiss in Time, Nothing to Lose, Deuce, Left Me From Kiss, 1,000 Years, and Black Diamond. This is one, but I don't play a lot. If at all, to be quite honest with you. Like, once in a while I'll dig it out and play it, but you know, ones that I listen to a lot, this is not one of them. And here we got the newer version of the Dynasty 8-track. This is the one I used to make the recording out of. So yeah. Same listing as before, but we got a nice Columbia House sleeve. Looks pretty cool. And the newest addition to the 8-track collection is this. This is another one of those Mercury Kiss 8-tracks. One that took me forever to find. Look it up. Yeah, this one was not easy to get a hold of, but damn it, I did it. Like, several eBay users were getting rid of their Look It Up 8-tracks, mostly through bid wars, and I knew for a fact there was no way in hell I was going to win a single auction with those 8-tracks, so I got lucky on a Buy It Now, and, you know, here it is. So, I haven't played it yet, but, I probably should, you know, play it. And because the condition was deemed as acceptable, you know, I generally do not buy 8-tracks that are acceptable condition. But you know, with anything in acceptable condition, with 8-tracks, I gotta have to break that rule. But anyways, here is the listing of the songs in this order: Exciter, Lick It Up, and On the Eighth Day. We're already wrong right off the bat. All Hell's Breaking Loose, A Million to One, Give Me More, Dance All Over Your Face, Young and Wasted, Not for the Innocent, and Fits Like a Glove. Okay. Right away, we're not matching the order from the CD, and I love it. Alright, and once again, we got two labels right here. We got Mercury and Polygram Records. Alright, cool. And, yeah. Well, that's a problem. I can't get it out of the damn sleeve. Well, screw it. I mean, you know, when I need to get it out, I'll get it out. But right now, it's okay to stay in the sleeve. If I can get a full recording out of this, it'll be on my BitChute channel because I love putting up, you know, like rare-ish types of stuff for Kiss on my BitChute channel. Alright, so that's all of the 8-tracks and cassettes. Oh. Now we're getting into CDs and DVDs. Here's like a new edition that I got, like a start off 2023. This is an instant live. If you saw my review with Kiss Army Things when we were going over off the soundboard albums, I did show this off to him, but I haven't. We did a dedicated video of my collection, so you know, here we go. Like, this is not the soundboard. Wrong. This is an instant live of Albuquerque, New Mexico, for 2004. The only stop saying that, dude. The only instant live, there we go. The only instant live that I didn't have was this one. And what I like about the instant lives is that they that Kiss changes it up a bit with every show. It wasn't the same set list each time. And this one, they did Dr. Love. This is like the second instant live where Dr. Love was part of a set list, which is kind of strange because, you know, Dr. Love was a pretty popular song and you only played it twice on the tour. But still, Kiss played a lot of killer deep tracks on the shows. Detroit was I Still Your Love. Some other stuff was, you know, Love Her All I Can. Another one was, you know, All the Way. Virginia Beach was King of a Nighttime World. A lot of shows did Psycho Circus. Like, I believe Hershey was Psycho Circus. A lot of them was also Christine 16. You know, this was a killer tour. And we also got some soundboards that I'm pretty sure. Don't fuck it be that way. I'm pretty sure I showed off before, but these are like Creature soundboards, like from during that whole leakage of stuff. But anyways, this is an El Paso 1983 soundboard, and I actually kind of like these Creature soundboards because they were, a lot of these shows were on my wish list of shows to get a hold of already, and when I heard about this show being on a soundboard, I was like, okay, I can get this. And here's one that's Pine Bluff in Houston, which is two shows fused together. Like disc 1 is Pine Bluff, disc 2 is Houston. Again, we got another one from '82, which is Rockford. And I believe Kiss used some of this stuff for their Creatures box set. What's cool about having these Creatures soundboards is you get to hear what the Creatures lineup sounded like on a soundboard. Excuse me again. It's interesting. It's really cool. I like it because we have like a soundboard of Rock and Roll Hell. So that's always pretty cool. I always like that song. And then we have this one, which is Toronto. I mean, yeah. If anything, these Creature soundboards showed, it was like, you know, that the Eric Cross drumming was pounding. Vinnie Vincent was, you know, good on stuff he was a part of, but did not do a good job on the stuff that Ace was involved in. Then of course there's another one involving Vinnie Vincent, a non-makeup one from a Lick It Up tour, and I thought that was pretty cool. He didn't hear it, but this is also on my BitChute channel. So if you want to Hear it for yourself. It's on my BitChute channel. Now, these you've probably seen these two because I showed this to Kiss Army Things during our review of the Alpha soundboards, which oddly enough, all of these could very well be candidates for the next Alpha soundboard. But anyways, like this one, I'll just do Calgary first, but this one is a solid soundboard with Bruce Kulick. It sounded awesome. I liked it, and it just it was pretty funny to hear about old Oh Susanna and Lumbaba, Sunshine of Your Love, Dazed and Confused thing before finishing off a show. That was pretty funny. And plus it was Gene Simmons' birthday. I think so. Well, Gene said it was his birthday on the microphone, so you know. Yeah. Anyways, after this is one that I kind of haven't listened to. But it's also on my BitChute page. But from the looks of it, it sounds like it's a pretty killer concert. But this is one that I have listened to, Erie 86. This is a killer set list. A nice representation of the Asylum tour, both in pictures on the front, pictures on the back. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like the fact that there was a soundboard version of All Night, and War Machine sounds pretty cool. But All Night was like, for me, it was like, that's like the big one right there for me. And right here is like, I know I haven't made a video about this one, and for the Kiss collection, is this one, Largo 75. This is like, either before or during recording for Kiss Alive, and this is pretty cool. The soundboard is not the best, like it's raw, extremely raw for Kiss, but it's good. I like hearing this. I haven't seen the DVD yet, but like it's super good. Like the sound, when you hear the band, it sounded super good. Actually, if you remember Kiss Extreme Close-Ups, they used Cold Gin from this performance. So if you remember, like watching Kiss Extreme Close-Ups, they used footage from this performance. So for me personally, it's cool to have like the full thing, because I remember watching Kiss Extreme Close-Ups because I own Kiss Extreme Close-Ups now, but I remember, you know, like I'll make a video show going through like my videos of Kiss, of like Extreme Close-Ups, Exposed, Confidential, for a later time. This was going off a lot longer than I thought I would be making it. So gotta wrap it up. All right. Next for the okay, so sorry about that. My webcam ran out of space, and now we're gonna resume the last bit of showing off the collection where I left off. we have this. This is a Blu-ray of Kiss in Tokyo 2022. This is a Pro Shot, and it showcases Kiss's first set list change that they made to the tour. They swapped out "Tears Are Falling" for "Making Love," and when they did this, we kind of all thought, Kiss is gonna finish out the remainder of the 2022 half of the End of the Road tour with "Making Love." When they did "Hell in Heaven," they did not include "Making Love," so we kind of thought, well, that's a shame. I think we did like another festival before they did "Hell in Heaven," but it was like they also did not do "Making Love," but still, for this show, they did "Making Love," and it sounded pretty cool. Like, Paul did not do any backing tracks to lip sync to, which I give Paul props to for not doing that. And he sounded, for his age, he sounded okay. He sounded good for his age, and that's about all I can ask for him at this point. Also cool is this Blu-ray has like special bonuses from like performance in a Download Festival, which is like Sherlock City, War Machine, Black Diamond, Rock All Night, and an interview, which is also Pro Shot. It's just like a very shortened down version of the concert they did at Donington. And I have no idea what the interview is, so that'd be a pretty cool thing to watch. And speaking of pretty cool things, we got this. This is a Creatures of the Night 20th Anniversary Media Collection, and this is pretty cool. I mean, this has some stuff that I've seen on YouTube a long time ago. Like, we're talking like 2008, 2009, a long time ago. And you will not find this stuff on YouTube anymore. This is like ancient history. We got the PM Magazine, Kiss Returns to America, Eyewitness News, Mardi Gras 83, Entertainment Tonight, Controversy with Kiss. Excuse me. We got Nightside Specialist Protesting Kiss, CBS Night Watch, The Kiss of Death. This is what I saw on YouTube. When Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley were in full makeup and costume on CBS Night Watch, were being interviewed about being devil worshippers, and that stuff was still being talked about during this Creatures era, and I was like, that kind of just made them laugh probably, or annoyed, take your pick. It's a radio/video interview. I'm hoping we got the video for that. That'd be pretty cool. We got MTV News interviews. That's Spanish TV lip sync performances. Most of these are lip sync performances. The Top Pop behind the scenes. USA's TV flight interview part. Alright, cool. So this is like a pretty cool thing if you want to see like a lot of the Creatures stuff. Mostly if you wanted to see like them get talked about being devil worshippers on CBS, so that's pretty interesting. Or people protesting Kiss on Nightside Specials, that's also pretty interesting. But what I was also kind of surprised about, I was kind of expecting them to have like some low quality thing for the DVDs, but no, they actually have like they went out of their way to have like there it goes, something to make you look at it for DVDs, so that's pretty cool. And the final thing is this Kiss Forever Band Live and Loud DVD. This took me longer to track down than finding the Kiss Forever Band CDs. The DVD I had to go to like a foreign, like a Hungarian website to buy it. It was like the Hungarian version of eBay. It was like, it was very tough to get a hold of, but once I got it, and it's a cool thing to watch. Like, it's a cool concert to watch. It's kind of like watching reunion tour footage, but with a Kiss tribute band. And what it kind of reminded me of is kind of like their version of the Rock the Nation DVD, because they added in special features and like the dressing room sound check. There's even a Playboy photo shoot with these guys. They even bring on those exact girls on the stage for Heaven's on Fire and Rock and Roll All Night. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, I found that to be pretty cool. And if you open up the DVD, they even have like this cool little collage of the band and what they look like and kind of what they do. So it's interesting. What I like is that the video was obviously there was like two separate concerts they did at this venue. So they had one with the Love Gun costumes, another video shot with the Destroyer costumes. What I liked about when they did the blood spitting, they did two separate shots of him, like one in Love Gun, one in Destroyer, and when he let loose, they kind of did two panels of him and the Love Gun and Destroyer letting loose with the blood, and that was pretty cool. I liked that. So yeah, I mean, that's my Kiss collection with some new additions. Hope you liked it. This has been, this has been a fun video to make. I enjoyed it. This has been pretty fun. Reviews will be back. I have like a lot of ideas planned for reviews. I'm not going to give them away right here. I will just say this. I'm heading back into tribute album venues for my next batch of reviews. So that's about it. So this has been my recent update of Kiss collection stuff. The next Kiss collection video I probably will be making will be focusing more about my my videos, like what I have, like laser discs and DVDs and stuff like that. So hope you liked it. Next time we meet, I'll see you around. Later.